The easiest weight loss that works for you is going to be what you can understand and comprehend and hold in the back of your subconscious mind long enough to seep in to where it makes a day after day after day into your long-term memory. For me, I've been through all the diets. I've broke my spine. I've in the past been unable to walk, erectile dysfunction, immobility in my arms because of pinched nerves and damaged discs. So my willingness to learn about my body while it was upright and functioning was quite intense and more drastic than yours might be. So the weight loss that I'm just going to explain is how I understand it and how it works for me. So you can see here that I'm wearing a CGM. This is a continuous blood glucose monitor. Now it's because in the past I've pricked my finger. I don't have diabetes, but after doing some learning about my digestive organs, my stomach, my liver, my pancreas, my small intestine, my gut mucus, because your gut secretes mucus. That's why if you go fasting and you crap, and you can destroy your mucus like a snotty nose almost. It's kind of gross when you think about it, but this is the body, and the body is kind of gross, and you're an organism with a metabolism, and you consume thermal energy. That's how you function. So in order to get these hormones and manage them while maintaining a caloric deficit, for me, the easiest way has been to use a lower carbohydrate diet while using salty, buttery vegetables. And if I go into bouts of increasing my caloric deficit, aka fasting intensely, I will be sure to add bone broth with some salt as something to sip on so that my nervous system stays strong and can fire properly, and I have my nervous system working great. I'm not feeling mental fatigues and cold sweats and this whole metabolic shift into burning fat. I don't feel that when I increase the sodium, the salt. The bone broth is, there's collagen 1, collagen type 2, collagen type 3, collagen type 4. Your knees and your joints and your ligaments and cartilage and bones, it's made up of this collagen. Some people would call it glucosamine chondroitin. And so you sip on that because that helps the gut mucus, the gut mucosal layer, stay intact. It keeps you from damaging your soft tissue linings on the inside, warm inside of your digestive tract, from nose to tail, I guess is what they say, at least in the carnivore community and stuff. So there are some things that I do, which is I monitor my blood glucose, and just to make sure, not to make sure, it's interesting when I eat some rice, it's interesting when I eat some rolled oats. I can eat some boiled kidney beans with plenty of garlic, because you should learn to season foods. If you're going to be doing this, you got to learn to use seasonings. There's the best form of therapy, is being hungry. Starve yourself for a whole day, and you will love to learn to use seasonings at home. You will love to learn to cook. I promise you. So learn to use some seasonings. In my beans, I like to put some garlic powder, some onion powder, some chili powder, some smoked paprika. Mash it up with like one of those little masher things. A little bit more salt. Eat that. And I notice when I check my app, my blood glucose really doesn't. It's a very slow releasing carbohydrate, those beans are. Or those, rice is a pretty fast one, and top ramen is like drinking Mountain Dew. But I really don't care. I mean, you have to also live. Okay, that's the other side of this. That's why I don't approach it from a mathematical, technical point. Fats are 9 caloric thermal values per gram. Carbs are 4 thermal caloric values per gram. Protein is 4 thermal caloric values per gram. That's the beginning. Reading the nutrition label, draw it into a pie chart, learn some of your macro understandings, because you'll start to make the correlation of how you feel after consuming certain foods, and you're starting to become conscious, shedding light onto that nutrition label. You're like, wow, I feel like garbage after I drink a sugary Mountain Dew. Whoa, I get moody after that. I'm angry after, or whatever it is for you. So keep it in mind, keep it in check, and just do what works best for you. But for me, it's typically one meal a day. Don't meal prep, don't have time for it. And it's harder to wither away than it is to eat in the Western world. So I do maximize protein when I get the chance, but at the same time, I do not stress if I miss a meal. Okay? Peace.